Okay, now that you have a rough overview of all the inputs and outputs of the device, let's get started and let's build up a really simple network. So, general theory of operation, we will use this Raptor to drive the input of this device. We set this one here up as to be master, and then we set up here the second one to be slave, and we run out with a cable and drive this field module with it. You will realize that I leave them apart from each other by about 1 meter or 3 feet because the RF output of these devices is really strong. If they get too close together, they could damage their internal circuitry if you have them too close together because they have so much RF power. All right. Okay. So first thing, we switch on the devices. And then after they booted up, you will see that they have here this indicator. This indicator stands, if you come closer, then you see here, this one stands on wireless slave at the moment. If I press the mode button, it will switch over to isolating booster. Isolating booster just means you run in with PD here and you run with a refreshed signal out here. Well, we want this to be slave again. And this one, it would be master, and this one, now it's set up to be a slave. Here over at the other side, this one here is already set up as a master, and I'm gonna use it as the master. So I run in with PD here, connect this to the Raptor, and on the other side, I run out of the output. Connect the module. I have set it to 0, 1. And basically that's all we have to do. We're ready to go. Here I have to double check if I want to use it that this key is on direct enable. And yeah, I switch on the Raptor. I'm gonna need a pickle in a second as well, so I already connect that. And let's first make a check status. So I go on check, and you realize that this device is now telling wake up and arming the slaves. So by turning the key, pay attention what happens here. Oh, I need that for the video. Pay attention what this is now. I deactivate the power and it's sending the slaves to sleep respectively. Sends it to active respectively, is sending them to standby. So now it's in the power digital input is out. All the system is in standby. As soon as I give power to the PD bus, it is activating and arming all the slaves. So now the slaves are all active. And now let's see what happens when I turn this key and do this stuff on the slave device here over on the left hand side. So I do the same. At the moment it's active. Now I turn the key off, so I take the power from the bus, and we see that the device goes to standby, and I turn it over and it turns to active. And you also see this over here that it activates the power digital output when I turn the key to on. Now it's off, and now it turns on again. And I start the check status now here over at the Raptor. Go to the address I'm looking for, and then we're gonna find this here. So very first time you look for a module, it takes a second or two to find the first one. After that, it's extremely fast. All right. So everything here, all these indicators get yellow to show you that you have a static connection. So you see here, this is found on the PD output and is transmitted over to the master and to the PD output back to the Raptor. Okay, for firing, I simply go here to direct fire in this case. We have modulator 01. And I gonna just lay back so you can see the FM. And now I can simply just shoot here wirelessly.